Well, a warm welcome everybody, and welcome to the Predator Eurotour Estonian Open, live from Tallinn. My name is Pascal de Smit, and joining me in the booth is Arya Sorabi. And today we're gonna talk you through this great matchup of the ladies. It's Pia Filler against Monika Zabek. Pia, obviously well known as one of the killer fillers. Came up second in the European Championships a few days ago in the 8-ball. Took home a lot of medals. It's really one of the rising stars here in the women's pool. We're playing with a 2-break format, so it's both players have 2 breaks in a row, and after that it's alternate, so it's an alternate break, only 2 breaks in a row each time. So potentially Monika could go 2-1 up here without Pia getting to the table. But this 4-ball, well, if she decides going for it now, is a little bit tricky with the 13 where it is. Need to avoid it. Got the kiss. So question is, she has a thin cut on the 2. Is the 7 also available? If so, she could, well, she probably would go via the 7. Still a little bit touchy. So played in the open space, which at least gives her a shot. But being slightly hampered over the 13 does not help in this first track. And she also knows that Pia is playing very good, so she doesn't want her on the table. Just with a little bit unintended inside spin, I think. Overcut that ball. So Pia could choose to go full safety, or could also try to make the 11 in the corner, safety in mind. The 2 is in a difficult spot for Monika. Yeah, I like this. Smart shot. Wouldn't leave much if she would have missed it. Yeah, filler. household name. These times he would play for the women's pool. Proved it also in European Championships. Winning 2 medals. 9-ball, 8-ball silver, straight pool, also gold. In the finals with teams as well, together with Ina Kaplan. Oh, in this break format, they have it. Although Pia won first one, Monica still coming to the table for second break after this rack. Pia will break twice, so watch out, cue ball. Oh. And yeah, there you see Pia coming out of her chair really fast. So with 8-ball, for the people normally watching 9-ball, ball in hand in the kitchen, and you have to hit a ball outside of the kitchen. The kitchen is everything above the line where she's laying right now. So looking at stripes here. And they're all pretty nicely connected. She has some options, like going 10-15 if that's possible, because the angle on the 15 she has right now will let her go into the 4, so better to not disturb, to make contact with any other balls if not necessary. Do much wrong here. She had 2 balls to play position on. If she was too far, she could have played the 14. So only thing is, don't hit the 14 with the 9. Yeah, there you could see it just went over to check, although she was in position, to make sure the position she wanted to play is good. And this is also what makes this beer filler so dangerous. She doesn't make easy mistakes or unforced errors a lot, especially when you give her a few extra chances. So on Monica's break, she both stole those and can break 2 times for herself now. So that's gonna be potentially, she can go 4-0 up in this race to 6. So in the European Championship she was breaking, well, kind of soft break-ish. So deliberately going for the 2 balls behind the first ball, which in this case are the 10 and the 2. So watch those 2 balls to the side pocket. Just went before it. Where's the 11? So this is the chance Monica needs to get something going. She needs to put pressure on Pia. Needs to send out a message to let Pia know she's still here competing. Take your time, playing with the shot clock on the TV tables. 1 extension per rack. So don't have all the time in the world, but a little bit more time after the break. So that was nice to see her being aware of her position. So, nice route. I would like to go 9-14. Yeah, and then choose between 10 or 15. One of the 2 at least leave as a key ball for the 8. She could also decide to go to the 11 first. Oh no. Well, that totally blocks the path of the 15 to the side. So if she... Oh, does she have a shot on the 15 now? Or does she has to play the 15 in the bottom left? So there you could hear the referee calling time. She's taking her extension. Smart, big moment. And not only a big moment for the rack, but you could say match-wise, this is a big moment. Pia Filler also breaking in the next one, so you could say this is a must-win rack for Monica Zabek. Yeah, I like going for the corner. Gave her nice angle to play position on the 15, but she just Went a little bit too far. Which makes this a little bit awkward. Want to play position above the side pocket. Well, she could hold it even better. So just take a deep breath. Always a bit harder to get the first one on the board. Wow. In the middle of the pocket. That looked very good. Good signs, early signs for Monika Zabek, who missed one in the first rack. Still is looking to find the speed of the table a bit, I feel, but well, it's a good confidence booster when you can pot your way out of the situation. So Pia Filler 2-1 up, breaking for potentially 3-1. Try breaking the last one. She's gonna change up something. So there you have it, the break she was looking for. It's also big with this break. Almost no problems, nice spread. So big chance. So she's looking at the solids. I think both are possible, but I'm not sure if the 12 next to the 5 is available in the top corner. So took her time just to make sure. She chooses a path she's confident with. She would have liked a little bit straighter shot on this 4. That would have made it a lot easier, because I think she wanted to leave the 3 as a last ball. So now she has to choose, maybe go around the angles with the 4. Go in between the 11 and the 15. So if she's not blocked, which I think she's not, she can go to the 7 and still shoot the plan. Well, plan A, you would say. Oh, wasn't nicely on the 7, I think. But shouldn't be a problem. So this is a little bit tricky depending on how close the 12 ball is. Because every time you run into another ball, it can be a little bit tricky. So you can't, I think, at least stun to the long rail now because of where the 12 is laying. So going forward with a lot of right spin, or forced kind of through it, but yeah, there you have it. When you kiss a ball, you just never know. So big shot, this 8 ball to go 3-1 up, or to miss it and leave every chance to Monica for the 2-2. Cue ball safety in mind. Yeah, played a smart cue ball just to make it a little bit more difficult. 8 ball in the pocket, so a lot of pressure on every shot for Monica, knowing there's no place on the table from where Pia's not gonna have a really good chance of making the 8 ball. Could also argue if she didn't play the cue ball safety in mind, if she maybe had a little bit more precision on the pot, but we will never know. Wow, how about that under pressure? Well, I have to say, she's stroking the ball very positively. Good signs. A lot of times when you're nervous, you can underhit the shots. It looks like she is in total control of what she's doing. Yeah, she was looking at the 14. I like her taking on the 9 first, because after that I think it's more connected. So very composed, and I think we got ourselves a match here. There we go. 2-2, ladies and gentlemen. What a good performance under pressure by Monica Zabek. Important moment. Here we see table 1, which is also on the stream. Table 1, you see Marco Spitsky versus Yannick Pongers. Yannick, one of the younger participants of this tournament. Very, very talented. Already world champion. with the youth. So back to the women. A little bit of a softer break also. Try break again. Yeah, the 11 is always tough with the 7 in front of it, so have to go solid, you would say. Few points of attention. Also points who need some attention. It's not super connected or obvious. One ball only going in the top left and the 2 ball only going in the lower left. So some traffic to be to avoid. Also, when she is going to make the 3, 7 and the 2 right now, then she have to come back for the 8 ball after the 1 and the 5. So the 5 could be, well, a good shot as a key ball, as a last ball for the 8 when you're pretty straight on it. But that's 8 ball sometimes. Well, you have to accept what the table gives you. So we had a little bit of a technical thing here with my co-commentator, but I think, I'm not sure, but I think he's back. The Persian Prince, Arya Sorabi. Are you with me, Arya?
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me now, loud and clear.
Ah, well, I feel right at ease the moment you spoke up.
Yeah, I do apologize on behalf of the crew. We tried our hardest to find a solution as quickly as possible, but I'm happy to join you back in the booth. Pascal, can you talk me up to speed what I've missed so far?
Yeah, of course. So we got ourselves a match because, well, Pia Filler, of course, we all know her. And not only because of her husband Joshua, but also because she's becoming a force in women pool. But she's playing Monica Zabek, who is not afraid to shoot. And, well, they both had a few dry breaks and also 1 or 2 mistakes. So both not totally settled, but also I've seen both players are playing positively, stroking positively. So this could go, well, maybe all the way, who would say?
Yeah, I don't know about you, Pascal, but I always feel like in a 8-ball match, a race to 6, it's not a long distance. couple of mistakes can cost you dearly.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. It's a bit shorter races with the women, which also adds to the pressure with the shorter race. There's some more pressure on every rack. So, well, to be fair, it's also nice to watch if there's a little bit more pressure for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Sport is about emotion and drama, and if you don't have it, it can also be admirable. But you know, as a neutral spectator, you want to see a tough battle. You want to see people make silly errors. You want to see great outings. Everything.
Yeah, and although this Monica Sabek doesn't have the resume same as Pia Filler, she does occasionally knock on the door. A lot of well, last 16 finishes in the European Championships, and also a third place in the Eurotour, so she definitely can play, and she's showing it here. And I think Pia knows it well. Obviously, being on the same tour, this woman is very capable. And a dry break in the last break, so this is the second break for Monica. She did hold her serve with Pia not running out from her dry break. So let's see what she does. A little bit harder now. Ball on the break. 2 balls on the break.
It's a nice layout for either of the. Well, you know, there's an argument to be made that the stripes, just for the simple fact that the 13 is blocking the 8. Yeah, and she's also taking on the stripes. Yeah, much like her husband Joshua, Pia has also need to come to terms that because she's been such a dominant player by her own right, she will be, you know, the main target for all the other ladies. And the same thing has been for years now for Joshua. Once you become a household name and once you become a dominant force, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of tape on you, so your opponents can study you thoroughly, whereas you just need to keep up with the image and the, you know, the fear factor that you've created by winning so much. And it can be tough at times.
Yeah, it's the curse of the good player. A lot of people are gonna feel like they have nothing to lose against you. So the line she's looking at, playing the 11, so going underneath will have to need a lot of inside spin. So for me it would be more logical to go from this position, like maybe to bump into the 8. Wow, I'm not sure what she tried there.
Yeah, that's gone horribly wrong. Could she? Yeah, I was about to say, could she possibly make the bank? Because that's the only way she can play position on the 11. And you know what? It's a doable bank shot.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit bigger with the 2. She went for it, hit the 2,
Look
made
at
it.
that. Look at that.
Wow,
I think even without the nudge on the two, if the two wasn't there, it would have still dropped. So all in all, a great recovery shot.
Felt like I had a little part in that bank shot. Wow, this 8-ball to go 4-2 up, and then all the pressure on Pia breaking in the next two games to draw level. But for now it's 4-2 for this Monica Sabek. Quick glance on table 1. Where Yannick Pongers plays Marco Spitsky, and Yannick is 7-3 up. So I actually think they kind of started at the same time. And they're at 10 racks and we're at 6. Tells you something about the speed of the players. And by all means not saying Pia and Monica are slow, but for a fact I know that the young Yannick Pongers is very, very fast. Very much Joshua Filler-like. So looks like Pia did take a timeout, which is, I think, very smart, just to resettle herself. Can have a look at amazing arena with well, say the night sky, the stars in the background, and the stars at the table, of course. Nice predator lights above the tables. Gotta say, Arya, this is a very, very nice arena.
Oh, without question. When you see a lot of the players, regardless of your level, they never get to experience how it is to play at a table where the lighting is as good as it is. Because we've all been in the dark pool rooms, where sometimes it's hard to distinguish the difference between a 2-ball and the 8-ball. But there's none of that here. It's just it's everything you can dream for.
So while we're looking at table 1, while Pia Filler's coming back, you can see the young talent Yannick Pongers. Don't know a lot of kids who can make it look so easy as this young man. Very hopeful for Dutch pool, new generation. So back to Pia and Monica. Watch the 10-ball and the 3-ball. So none of them went, but she made the 7.
Where would you go here, Pascal?
Well, you have to say solids, right? With the 4 and the 5 blocking the bottom right corner.
Yeah, I think that is a solid choice. Do you know what? The path of the cue ball looked very promising, so I can see what she had in mind. But I'm not sure if it worked out the way she wanted it to, so still the 4 and the 5 remains to be need some, care and attention.
Does she has a look at the 3?
Oh, she did,
Or
but
can
now
she
she's
cut?
back. Yeah, she's back looking at the 5. Because of the position of the 3 ball, even if you cut the 5 in and the cue ball doesn't scratch or hook, you would always have a pot at the 3.
Well, it is thin. Maybe she can go around the angles. Going 3 real position. Wow. It always was a very thin cut, of course.
But now Monica has more or less the same problem. Except now it's the 11 and the 13. The same 2 ball that was causing a problem for the 4 and the 5 is now also something that Monica has to negotiate with.
There you could see her technique. Nice solid stroke. Good fundamentals. You know what? Does she have? I think she has a pocket for the 11. That definitely helps.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe she could have potted the 14 in the side and come around 2-3 cushions and play the cue ball in an area where she could have possibly taken either of the 2 balls in the top right corner pocket, but that's not available anymore. And by taking the 14 now, going up table, getting back to the 13 requires a very precise cue ball.
Yeah, if she can land somewhere underneath, like on the short rail, on the bottom short rail, well, she also has the option of playing her ball into the 3. If the angle is a little bit too big for the corner.
But even here, Pascal, like, I know it's not exactly the same position, but because she's got a high angle on the 10, she can top this through, just graze past the 6. And if she doesn't land comfortably on the 13, she always has the long pot at the 9. So it could be worth the risk, but she's not looking at it.
Well, is the and I'm not sure which ball it is, like the bottom one.
13.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, now we can see it. So is the 13, it is available in the bottom left, right? So wow.
In our screen, yeah, in this picture,
Yeah, bottom
left.
from this point of view, I mean.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I'm not sure what she played here, Arya.
I can't tell you either, unfortunately. So, well, maybe she tried to play position on the 13, it just came up short. Like, that's the only logical reasoning I can find.
Well, she went for it. I kind of liked shooting in the previous situation, shooting the 10 first and leaving a one real position with the 9 ball. But that's over.
Yeah, and the way, where the cue ball landed in the previous shot, there is an argument to say, well, maybe she could have accepted the fact that it's highly unlikely she's gonna run out and just try to play a good safety, because this way she's literally just gifted the initiative to Pia, and you don't want her to get into the groove, because she can also reel on the racks just like her husband within no time.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I think you don't want to give her a lot of table time. So it shouldn't be any problem, but I would have liked to maybe go closer to the 5 or higher up to shoot the 5 first and leave the balls to the middle for the end, just because it's a little bit easier to play position on the 8 ball.
Yeah, she can screw around the back of the 8. Just like that. This way for a right-hander it's also very easy cueing. She just needs to make up her mind whether she wants to play it the easier way, 8 to the middle pocket, or draw back roughly where her hand is now, bridge hand.
Yeah, this looks good. There's a little bit of pressure on this shot.
You see how she kept her head still and her body still after the follow-through? That's the key. Especially on the difficult shots, off the rail and pressure shots. It is good. It's worth to emphasize on the fact that you wanna just let your back arm do the work. No body movement, no head movement. Keep still, and if you can, stay down for another second on the shot, just to be absolutely, just to incorporate that good habit in your game.
Yeah, I think that's something she worked really hard on. You could see, you can see her rarely make, well, like a mistake in fundamentals. So open hand bridge also makes it a little bit easier to create a little bit of elevation, to create that little pop. But
Oh,
no
both of the balls
success.
threaded the center pocket, but close means nothing in cue sports, unfortunately.
So with the 10 and the 15, yeah, makes the stripes harder, but with the 4 ball and I think the 11 makes the solids harder. So is the 10, for example, available in the bottom right?
From
nice
this picture,
angle.
you would say yes, but even if she's not comfortable in playing pinpoint position, there could be a scenario where she can just slightly develop the 10 and the 15. But she's running out of balls to create her, leave herself a nice, comfortable angle. So maybe this is the time to play the positional shot as you've just alluded to. And also, if she does fail to land nice on the 10, she would always have the 9. Although I say that the 9 would only be puttable in the center pocket, so she really needs to dedicate whatever shot she's about to. Oh, so she's playing the 9. Yeah, that's probably the better shot.
Yeah, I like this choice. Whoa, wobbled in. Can she just draw back?
I'd say she can just stun it in, just to nudge the 15 a little bit higher. She'd be on the 13, just like that.
Yeah, I could maybe choose to even shoot the 15 now.
Yeah, would be a better choice actually. Because playing position with the angle she's got on the 13 right now is a bit dangerous. There's a couple of balls in her way. Yeah, she actually made it harder for herself. See, if she would have putted the 15 as you just suggested, and she could have maybe nudged the 8, there was a huge space to leave yourself 2 comfortable pots. Now the path of the cue ball is increasingly more difficult.
Wow. Made sure of the pot. So kind of divided the difficulty level over the 2 balls. So instead of 1 really hard ball she made, well, she's gonna make 2 pretty hard, tough shots. This one
It's
is
a big
not easy
stroke.
though.
Yeah, all sorts went wrong. Yeah. There you can see what she thinks of it. Body language tells it all, really. Now it'll be interesting to see if Pia tries to solve all the problems at the table, or she could even. Oh yeah, so she is definitely going for the attack here.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not 100% sure. She could have also made it and called a no foul or a no call. So in that case you can make a ball and let your opponent back to the table. It takes a bit of patience, but could work very well when you have a difficult problem or more difficult problems to solve. She's nicely on the tree, so after this shot all the big problems are solved.
Yeah, I would think 2, 4, 7, 6.
Yeah, that's the nicest connection. With every shot you don't have to travel a lot with the cue ball. So when she clears this up, we're looking at a 4-4 match area. Could this be? Oh, an all the way hill match.
Yeah, well, I think both ladies had chances, so neither one of them would be feeling threatened or annoyed with the scoreline. If anything, I think this actually makes the game interesting if she does finalize the last two balls, which we are expecting her to do.
Yeah, there it was subtle, but there you also could see her fundamentals, how sharp she is, how sharp she's shooting.
Yeah, Pascal, very valid point. I think all the great players, if you pay close attention, they have a nice pause, at least at their backswing. Majority of them also have it in, up front before they draw the cue back. It's just very important to settle yourself and, have a little pause. Gives you that little bit more consistency and just make sure that you accelerate through the cue ball.
Yeah, it's something you really have to learn. I think in Europe it's more common to have a pause in the back, for example. In the States we often see more of a pause in the front and have like a fluent back and forth after that. Both can work very well. Yeah, there you can see the breathing. How important is that?
Yeah, very
It can
important.
maybe look as a small thing, but the breathing.
Oh no! It's super important. If you don't control or manage your breathing, you could easily offset your fight or flight mechanism, and that can be considered a unforced error. And how costly will this be, Pascal? Because look at the layout of the stripes. Although the 8.
Yeah, the 8 is pretty tough. Well, from this angle we can see it's available in the side. So I would like to leave, for example, the 9 or the 11 as a last ball, to have the option to shoot the 8 ball somewhere up table in the sides or the upper corners. It's definitely a good chance.
I was thinking, well, she can do it off this shot as well. See, look at the angle she's left herself on the 10. If she wants, she can come down for the 11. And if she leaves, let's say, a half ball angle on the 11, she can easily nudge the 8 out in the open. And she would always have a shot at the 9.
Yeah, there are a few options. She could also go forward if she would have made the 10, of course, and then maybe hit the 6 or the 9. And if she would have hit the 6, then the corner would also open up for the 8 ball. So now it's slightly bigger angle than when we just started talking about the 10. Grabbed some of the side spin on the first day. That would have been a little bit different, much more slippery conditions. Now the spin is grabbing on the rails. It's a stretch.
As is
So
often the case with cue sports, once you lose your cue ball, it always takes more than just one shot to get it in prime control.
yeah, that was hard from that position where she was, well, lying in almost. Another sensitive shot, and then another one.
Yep, that's not made things easier for her. So needs to come up and down, and as Pascal just mentioned there, she has to play position for 8 in one of the side pockets, and I would presume it would be in the left center pocket, because you don't want to even threaten going near the 6 ball.
Yeah, I think she's just.
Oh
Oh,
no,
she.
that's gone. That's gone. Well,
Oh no! I think she
actually,
got a double kiss, kind of. Or yeah, I think she's
do you know
still
what?
kind of happy.
Yeah,
Don't you
in a
think?
weird way, yeah, of course. And you know, these one hurt. If she makes the jump, you're like, as an opponent, I don't know, they hurt.
Well, well, where's the 8 ball? Oh no! Oh, that was close there, Arya. Wow.
She literally just channeled the John Virgo as out of you.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I just can't help myself. I know the production team has a hard time with me, in those kind of situations with the volume and all. Try my best
No,
to
no,
hold it
no,
in, but
no. Never change. Please be the same.
yeah. So what a moment there. Went down to some subtle little shots, and that's with 8 ball. That's so interesting also about the game. Well, those small position errors can, well, in the end, they will cost you sometimes. I think she has a full pocket, right, for the 3?
Yeah, foolish.
You like going for it now, Arya, or playing position
Actually,
with
after
the 1?
the 1. Yeah, because you can roll it in. If it doesn't drop, then at least you can cover up the pocket. Oh.
Oh, unless you're playing it that perfect.
Some shot. Well, both ladies had a crack at the cherry, and it's proving that Monica will be the first lady that gets on the hill. Not completely without any hiccups, but nonetheless, that means if she will get another visit at the table, she has the first opportunity to put this match to bed. 5-4 the lead is.
Yeah. Also, which is pretty big, is who is breaking here. Arya, Monica on the hill, breaking, but also knowing if she doesn't win this one, Pia is breaking in the next one. So a big moment. She hasn't been breaking, well, that consistent. So we have to see for this pressure moment, how is your break? Oh no!
Yeah, that is not looking promising. And the the stripes is the obvious choice here.
Yeah, See, Monica managed to make a ball on the break, but lost the cue ball. Not sure if it got kicked in or went directly. So the pressure on Pia now. Taking her extension, just want to make sure she chooses the right path.
Well, you beg the question whether it got kicked in or not, and I can tell you the cue ball went straight into the corner pocket. So usually with 8-ball, the cue ball sometimes gets, you know, a contact with another ball, but in this case it went directly in the corner pocket.
Yeah, maybe a bit tension in the arm. You know, you're at, oh, you're having a good chance to win against Pia in round 1. I think anyone would take that. So Pia made a little bit of a more difficult opening shot.
What's she trying here? Maybe hold the cue ball on the 8-ball?
Yeah, I think just bumping into the 8. She went with a little bit inside, missing the 10 ball. I do like she took that ball first.
Because I think the 10 also passes the 4. Now that would be a big bonus, because she can actually drop this 13 in, go around the back of the 1, and play, you know, play position on the 10. Needs to be careful though. She doesn't want to really go anywhere close to the 6. Or she can just ignore
she didn't
everything
go
I
close
said.
to the 6. Yeah, I think she's maybe gonna take the 10 as a last ball. Trying to get kind of straightish on the 11. Well, she has, because of the 10 is available in both corners, she can play position on the 11. Everything straight-ish is gonna leave her with a good shot to play position for the 10.
Yeah, because of the angle she's now got on the 11, it's guaranteed that the 11 and the 10 will be potted in the same corner pocket.
Would have liked to come out just a little bit further. Should be okay.
I'm trying to see whether she can, without putting any sort of spin on the cue ball, whether she can avoid running into the 6. I think she can, you know.
Yeah, I think she just is gonna miss it. Well, was just gonna miss it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. This is like a rewind from the last rack. Yeah. She's disgusted with the situation.
Previous jump she got close. This time maybe one better. She needs it. This to keep the match alive.
Well, be a filler. Oh, she
my goodness.
barely made that.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
this ball would have, well, like on the one of the first few days, that would have fall every time. But now the conditions are a little bit tougher. tighter. Wow.
Look, it's maybe not the most straightforward, but it is a chance nonetheless to finish off the match. She hit the 3 first.
So. Wow.
I'm not. Well, I thought she could.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I thought she could, get to the putting angle directly. Maybe it was a tactical decision. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt there, but
I would have liked to go for the 6 there with the first shot. Like playing the all or nothing shot, because either way, when you miss, she's gonna make the ball. Like, even if you leave her a snooker, it's gonna be really tough. You would always favor Pia jumping or kicking it in.
do you know what is very important though? I was just thinking about it. Look, see, there is a case where Pia, rightly so, will feel that she's had tough luck twice, specifically in the last jump shot. She got really close, but actually the error is not the jump, it's the positional shot on the 8. She shouldn't have snookered herself. Well, that's worked out nice.
There was a wreck, a game-winning shot potentially. So you're playing for the 3 in the side, or playing it harder to have a little bit of a bigger pocket in the corner. Oh, and
Yeah, well, I would have drawn it back.
spin there a little bit.
Yeah, because I think she was afraid to make a push fall, and now there's a lot of pressure on this. But one thing is guaranteed: if the 3 does drop, that would mean end of the match. A lot of tension on this shot here, Pascal.
Wow, this is big. She wanted at least a few inches closer. Big moment. Stay still. She did,
Yep.
and she made the ball. What a shot, what a moment. Well, yeah, there goes the glove for Pia. She knows it. This is unmissable.
Yeah, like I tried
Well,
to say before, she can feel disappointed, and of course she has every right to be disappointed. But really, the error is the positional shot on the 8, not so much that the fact, it didn't drop after such a great attempt on the jump shot. But I'll leave it to you.
well, you're obviously right, as always, Arya. And well, in this case, it's Monika Zabek going through in the winners round, and Pia Filler will go through in the losers round in this Predator Eurotour Estonian Open, live from Tallinn. Well, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for a lot of more pool action to come. My name is Pascal de Smit, and with me was Arya Sorabi. Thank you all, and this is it for now. Bye.